Well, that was smooth as anything, isn't it? Very smooth. Yeah, welcome to Last Rites, episode 98. It's got confusing with things with no numbers and some with numbers, but this is 98. I've decided it's 98. There it is. If you haven't already, just give us a subscribe. It's big and it's red. And I don't want to swear, but it's big and it's red. Push it. It says subscribe on it. Just push that. Help us all out, won't it? Yeah? Nice. Overheating already. Absolutely crazy. Oh, no. I will not leave the frame immediately and shut that door that's bugging me over there. Just started, so there we go. William Conway is on today. William is a New Mexico-based comedian that robbed a florist, went to prison for 10 years, came out a better man, and now he's doing comedy in that in the New Mexico area and getting all around. I guess I know there's some Dakota involved. That's all I can remember. But anyway, follow him at Conway Comedy over on Twitter, and yeah, he'll be with us shortly. I hope. I was very drunk when I asked William to come on this. Actually, no, I was drunk when we're trying to arrange the time over 2 nights. And then earlier today, he posted the wrong time. And so I'm hoping that he's going to come on. I've sent him a message. Yeah, I've sent him a message and he's read it. So I think he's panicking right now. But he posted this time. He posted 6 p.m. Eastern. That's now. So hopefully he'll come on soon. Anyway, that's his intro. Hope everyone is well today. Solvent, how we doing on time? Yeah, more or less. I was going to wait, but I thought, you know what? He's probably having a mare. He's sucking down a king-size cigarette. And I thought, I'll just come on time with a little bit of energy. It's 10 p.m. for me. It's a late one for me. But I thought, let's make it easier for everyone else. Get him on now. In terms of guests, there's a lot. Hey, Taryn, how are you doing? There's a lot coming on. Okay, I fucked up. All right. I see. All right. One might have fucked up. There. I'm on Twitch and not YouTube, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I only recognized it from the comments there. I thought, Taryn's on the YouTube. That's interesting. There we go. I've been posting the YouTube link everywhere. So I will now change it to the Twitch link, and that will do, which is what I was going to do. I'll tell you a quick story, though. Some of you know this. When I was born, I was supposed to be called Matthew. My brother went to school and told everyone he's had a little brother, and his name's Carl. So he went back and told my mum that, and she went, "Let's just change his name then. Let's not stick to the plan. Let's just call him Carl, and all that will be done." Now I'm doing 100 different things. I'm reposting links and stuff. So everyone's going to click the YouTube, and it's gone dead because I'm not multi-streaming. I'm not going to multi-stream. So there, I think. Yeah. So anyway, there was a point. I absorbed my twinning movie. Maybe there was a point in me telling you that. In that now I've told everyone this is on YouTube, but it's on Twitch. It's kind of the same thing. Why don't you just change it to YouTube then? Can't be bothered. I'll have to stop and start. Not interested. So I'm Matthew, and this is how it's going to happen. My brother's a big, fat, dumb idiot, and that's why my name's not Matthew. But I'm a big, fat, dumb idiot as well because thought I was on YouTube until I saw the comments there. So good. It's 10 o'clock. It's late. I've been all day, getting shit done. It's at the end of the day. Did my laundry at night in preparation here. However, the backstage link will still work. Let me just correct that on my Twitter account right now, and hopefully we'll hear from William shortly. That's a funny one. I can normally just switch directly, but I can't today because I'm having some trouble with my account as well. So that's another reason why I can't start, and I'm definitely not going to stop. But most of you just listen. Actually, the other thing, how it's similar to the absorbing in the womb, the William, the thing, the me and Matthew thing, is I was always going to do it on Twitch, but William posted the YouTube link, so I thought I'll do it on YouTube. So I'm dealing with my brother naming me Carl. I'm dealing with William deciding it's YouTube. Me then changed my mind and accidentally streaming to Twitch. I'm dealing with 3 idiots today. But we'll get over it. Then why am I the only... I've made so many mistakes, guys. Oh, let me figure this out. Let me figure out what's going on here. Yeah, I know what I've done. I've made another mistake. I'm not in the right episode. Let me just send this to William right now. And now I've done 2. He's done 1 stupid thing. I've done loads because I was drunk when I was trying to arrange this. I've now made 2 mistakes today, and I'm still under 1 big life mistake. So going well. Things are going well. William now has the correct link. I am in a stream called, this is Linda Allen. I'm in a stream called Linda's Zoom House Burning Session from December the 3rd, which I believe we had a Zoom call with Linda Allen, Brett Brock, and I can't remember who else was there. Chrissy maybe. And then I got so bored with her repeating herself, I left Brett and her in the same room. I'll tell you a story. No, don't want to hear it. I've heard it 5 times. And there's no point to it. So I went to sleep and left Breck in there with it. But this is the stream backstage at StreamYard called Linda's Zoom House Burning Session. But I handily set up Twitch before I originally changed it anyway. So it should say the right stuff. It's kind of going well. Jesus, I might as well start drinking. I've only got 2 beers. I haven't drunk in a few days. I've only got 2 beers. And this might as well happen now. I look like a Matthew and a Carl. William is backstage now. So we got some teeth in the back of the head. Absolutely. Yeah, it's where they absorb. Bring it back, Tara. No worries. Conway is here. And now I'll try and really quickly recap all the mistakes I've made in my life that I've just explained to you. Let's bring him on. William Conway, innit? Hey.
What up? How's it going?
Good. Quickly, I was originally going to do this just to Twitch and then put it up on YouTube tomorrow. I saw your link to YouTube and I thought, let's do it to YouTube. So you know what I did? I just streamed it to Twitch by mistake and thought I was on YouTube. And I've been posting the same link as well. So this is currently on Twitch. And it will be on YouTube tomorrow.
So we're on Twitch or we're on YouTube?
We're on Twitch, right? That's all I can do. I can post a link.
So what room was I sitting in alone in for the last 5 or 6 minutes?
Now, that's the next thing. If you were in the correct room, where I checked all the camera in a different room, where I was just checking stuff, stayed in that one and streamed from there. So I streamed to the wrong place, the wrong room. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you this. Once we get our poop in a group, fucking look out. You know what I mean? Because listen, we're really creative, funny people. But like all this technology shit, I don't know about you, but it sure confuses the fuck out of me. Social media is really tricky for me, especially with all the time that I spent in prison. It's not like, like I'm a decade behind everybody on this bullshit, so I don't understand half of what's going on. But I'm telling you, bro, if we get our ducks in a row, our poop in a group, we can do some shit. I know we can.
Yeah, I'm normally better on the tech, but today, I don't know, maybe I had too much time to think about it because it's a late one for me. So maybe I've just had all day to think about it and then just fucked everything up. But yeah, and also the drunken, let's just quickly explain me asking William to come on and then 2 nights in a row being so drunk I can barely talk. And then I'm working out time zones. It's 4, it's 2, it's 8, it's 7.
Yeah.
Fun
it was great.
I was convinced you were going to tell me to go fuck myself after like 2 hours of the second night. I was like, I don't know.
So, in a nutshell, what we're saying is it's a miracle that this is happening at all. Basically,
it is a miracle.
It's what it boils down to.
It's a sweet, sweet baby Jesus miracle, and everyone should pray that it's even happening at all. And then, just keep doing that.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I have to say, I was very distressed to find out that fucking St. Patrick, A, is not fucking named Patrick, and B, is not a fucking saint. He's
Not
Mr.
Irish.
something else.
He was. I think he was English, and he was something else.
Yeah.
And there was no snakes anyway. There was no snakes to chase off.
Yeah, well, okay, the snakes thing, I understand the snakes thing because it's technically a metaphor, because like the serpent church was like the serpent group or whatever was like one of the big druid groups that were still functioning at that time in Ireland. And so basically, I just want everyone to know wholeheartedly, without a doubt, I want you to know that when you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, you are celebrating the genocide of the Celtic people.
Yeah, but you know, it's just an excuse to get drunk and wear green hats, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
why did Chicago dye the fucking river green? How stupid is that?
I don't know. They've been doing it for a long time, though.
Yeah. That's worse than wearing a green hat.
There's some rivers you don't even have to dye, though. They just flow green all the time.
That is true. I was trying to work out the words. I think he died. Yeah. So, and also, I think St. George, the English saint, was from fucking the Middle East. I think it's Middle Eastern or Syrian or something. Well,
yeah, he was a Roman Brit, like his, because like Rome ruled everything back then.
Yeah. Exactly. There's a straight road near my hometown that's a Roman road. So the Romans were there. Good. Probably fucked one of my ancestors.
I'm sure. Oh my God. Okay, so I got to tell you this story. This is a story that I know you can appreciate. So I don't know if you know this about me, but I've had a hard time understanding racism in my life or whatever, just in general. Yeah. Because I didn't really see a lot of it or notice a lot of it in my formative years, simply because, like, growing up where I grew up, everybody was fucking white. So they're just like there wasn't really even opportunities to hear or see racism happening because there just weren't mixed relations going on. You know what I mean? And so I've always had a hard time, like, piecing those things together sometimes, right? Case in point, the movie True Romance. We've talked about that movie a number of times before, right? Sure. Okay. I had a blunder in suggesting this movie to a friend that I didn't even come close to thinking about registering on like a racial scale, right? Yeah. And in that movie, there's a scene between Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken where Dennis Hopper says some really, really racist shit. You know what I'm like? And like the whole feeling of the scene or whatever is that, Dennis Hopper is basically saying to Christopher Walken, fuck you, I'm not going to tell you anything. Yeah. And the way he does it is so like offensive. I think it's
phenomenal.
I think it's phenomenal. Yeah, it's fabulous cinema. It's fabulous cinema. But I bragged this movie up, and I bragged this scene in particular up to my black friend from North Carolina. And then we sat down and watched the movie together. And as that scene unfolded and we sat in the room together and it dawned on me what the fuck was being said, I was just like, oh my motherfucking God.
He's building up to it. You don't know how bad it's going to get and you'll remember it now.
And I'm just like, yeah, because it's been a while since I'd seen it too. You know what I mean? It's been years since I'd seen it too. And I was just like, oh man. And I looked at him and I was like, bro, I am so sorry. Like, I didn't even think about how fucking racist that scene was. And like, I apologized profusely. And he was cool about it. Like, he took it in stride. He wasn't even mad about it. But I felt like an asshole. I felt like the biggest asshole in the world
Yeah,
because I was like, who does that?
You could have taken around Django Unchained, and that's really on his side as well as loads of racism in there. So that could have been.
Oh,
I get
dude,
it. I get the awkward.
Oh
April,
God,
hey,
dude.
how you doing? Yeah. Jamie's not going to be around. Jamie's got some stuff going on, so he's not going to be around for a little while, I believe. Although I have seen him tweet, so abuse him on Twitter, I say. But there we go. Yeah, I've got lots of people coming up in the next couple of months. I've now got to do all my drunk admin to get a guest to agree to come on, and then I've got to do my sober follow-ups now to like tomorrow and work out the 10 people I need to schedule, because I'm that's what I'm bad at. I have anxiety at asking people anyway, and then I'm shit when I have loads of people to then fit in, and they want to change, and now I've got to move all this shit around. Right. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But next Friday we should have Hack Oddity in person right here in my abode. So me and another fat guy cooks, hopefully, all being well. Unless he dies.
Well, I just want you to know that I'm always flexible. I'm always available, and I can make it work. Anytime you need something, you just gotta holler at me. Don't ever be afraid to ask me, bro. I know that.
Yeah, but we got it. Yeah, we'll do a lot more stuff together. We need to get you on the other one as well, for sure. I spent months fucking around, basically, just I need to do this and that, and just wasn't really putting any effort into this. But there will be a lot more, and you should see it from next Friday. Hyde, April Reed, who we got some comments. Hack Oddity is Cocaine Bear as well. Do you know Brett Brock, William?
I don't know if we've actually met like on the podcast or anything, because I mean I've seen him on Coffee with the Dog a couple times, and I think I saw him on another podcast. Was he on the Live Stream of Consciousness with Michael Zinn? I might have watched that. He was on that.
Maybe, but he's a really good artist. He streams here on Twitch, and then he's on a bunch of other stuff as well. So we have him on sometimes as well. Right. I saw him in Nashville when I was out there. Whenever that was.
You wouldn't even tell people where you went with him. I remember
we went to the secret gay club in our helmets, and it was good time. So we nearly got.
That's the one you want to go to.
The secret
just
one,
so you know. The secret one. You don't want to go to the one that everybody knows about. You want to go to the secret one. That's where all the fun stuff happens.
The dirtiest one. Hey Mel, how you doing? Again, I fucked up. I was supposed to be on this originally, then YouTube, and then I accidentally streamed to this. It all went haywire, but here we are. It'll be on YouTube tomorrow if anyone's waiting for that. If anyone's watching it now and just going, well, they're not here. See you tomorrow.
Okay. So so that link I shared is useless currently.
But I've commented it underneath it with a Twitch link now.
Oh, did you? Okay, great. See, at least you're smart. That's using your noggin. That's that lump that's 3 feet above your ass. All right. Anyway,
trying to dig myself out of the hole that I put myself in a little bit.
Right. Do you have the issue of like just very randomly or seemingly random? It seems random to other people, but like me, I have a lot of movie quotes and stuff going through my head. So like somebody will say something to me and it triggers the next line in the movie response.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And like I do that probably almost. I bet you I do that 20 times a day. Like because my family's the same way. And it's always my family growing up was that way, and like my kid is that way. My wife is like that. So, but it really, I feel like people that aren't into movies, it really kind of weirds them out a little bit.
Yeah, because you're just saying random shit. You're sitting down like Dennis Hopper and doing a Moore speech to a Sicilian. They're like, "What's this? It's a movie." You're a great.
What's the matter with that guy? Yeah, dude. It's so. I was talking with my nephew the other day about the possibility of writing an entire set that is nothing but clearly quoted either song lyrics or movie lines or whatever. doing an entire set that is only the only words you speak, like basically like it's like a Bumblebee set. Like because Bumblebee and Transformers can only talk through the radio and through the music and shit. And so I basically want to write a Bumblebee set where everything I say is from I think it could be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you should do it. That it definitely sounds doable, especially if you combine music and films. You could write anything. You could write the Bible. You could write a story about interracial.
I mean, anything like to me, it's like anything that's quotable, anything that's kind of general, public, general knowledge, quotable is like usable. I would say, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So now
why
you're
using just say
words?
That all the time?
What?
I'm really trying to get that what I mean out of my vocabulary because. Like my wife pointed it out to me and I noticed it in my recordings when I do my sets and stuff. I say it all the fucking time. And like, it's just part of my speech. It's how I talk, which is why I do it on stage.
I've got a ton of stuff like that. It's just, I pick it up by a habit, whatever it is. And then I'll keep doing it. Even to myself when I'm making a fucking sandwich, I'll be regretting what I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard, and you really have to focus to eradicate those kind of mental reflexes. You know what I mean? Like it takes really being consciously aware. You know what I mean? And generally, I'm way too high for that.
I repeated a phrase. I was playing a video game, and I was just talking to myself about the game, and I repeated that phrase for about 8 years. Afterwards, when I was getting off when I was just doing general life stuff, I just start for years, like it's out loud, sometimes in other people's company. Yeah, I think I've stopped it now, but just weird stuff.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what it was. Just quickly, I played like a soccer game, like a football game on video game, right? FIFA, and then in my head, I pretended I was the actual coach of the team. So then in my head, I was then talking to the press. And it was just a quote that I said to the press. And so I said that for 8 years. That's not normal, is it? That's not normal behavior anyway. But then to repeat it for 8 years, it's weird.
I mean, it was working for you. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Listen, in my head, I invite some of these players around for tea. I meet the families. I meet fans by the stadium. I'm fucking psychotic, just playing a game.
Oh man, that's storybook stuff. But see, like, okay, there's to me, there's nothing wrong with having that line of thinking. But like, what I would do is I would see how I could channel that. You know what I mean? Because I bet you could write some. You probably are really good at writing dialogue. You know what I mean? Like, I think when it comes, especially like comedy writing, I think in comedy writing, being able to write a dialogue and know the general flow of the conversation between different characters, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yeah. I think it sounds to me like you'd be more proficient at that than the average person. You know what I mean?
I've got 2 or 3 bits with that in that I specifically try to make like that. It's not much of it, but especially the stuff I'll be doing the next couple of months is I've got a couple of those where it is a back and forth between 2 people for a bit.
Right.
Around the structure of some silly joke that ends in kids getting murdered or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm also no, go on.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is that one thing I've learned over my time is that you gotta play to your strengths. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like just you telling me that you do that while you play a soccer game, like 100%, that tells me that you definitely have the ability to, just make that scenario conversation flow in your head. Because like because when it doesn't, when you don't have that ability to do that, like what comes out or what you end up writing will sound very clunky and not, it won't have that flow. But people that have the sort of mindset that you have are able to create that flow of conversation, even though it's with different people.
There's a place for psychos. There's a place for psychos.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's your spark of madness. You know what I mean? And like, see, a spark of madness isn't a bad thing. It's just how you do it. You know what I mean? Like what's your way to get there? It's me. It's like for me, bro. Listen, I have terrible thoughts. I've suffered from having thoughts that like, thoughts that I don't even want to tell a therapist. I had one therapist that was super cool and let me slide on. I would say that I had, like if I said, that I was struggling yesterday, there was a couple hours where I was having a lot of unspeakable thoughts, and he would let me just say unspeakable thoughts. You know what I mean? And he wouldn't make me get into like the dirt of what it was. But here's the thing. Now, I understand that those are bad things that I don't actually want to do, but I have a pretty clear vision of what I'd like to do. So instead of being a psychopath and going out and hurting people, how about I write a fucking movie script and maybe have a chance to make some fucking money? So it's like, yes, there's definitely a problem thought pattern, but as long as I recognize that and keep it in check and be real with myself about things, there can be a positive outlet to those thoughts and feelings that don't end in harming myself or others.
I don't even think it's really there kind of is, but in many ways there's not really a problem thought pattern. It is if you go and stab Biden in the face like a charity cake thing, that's you've acted on it. But if you just think about it and masturbate, or I've walked through I've walked through shopping malls and thought about murder, like how do I want to kill this person that's just walked in front of me, just walked in front of me, just with the kids, walked in front of me with the kids, and in my head I've killed them all. Made
me stutter step a half second, and now I want to kill you.
I've obliterated the entire family, children as well. And I thought exactly how I'd do it, what everyone else would do, how I'd get out there and how I'd try and escape. But really what I've done is just gone and walk around. But in my head, I've played out a whole murder.
Yeah. Oh, there's murderous things happening. Yeah. No, I get it. I totally. And here's the deal. I used to think, and thank God I don't think this anymore. I used to feel so alone in that kind of thinking. Like, man, there's just like, I've got to be so broken. There's no way other people are thinking this kind of fucking everybody is thinking this shit.
Everybody.
Like, dude, I want to tell you something. If you're in the fucking mall and you cause anybody a little bit of fucking inconvenience, they wanted to fucking kill you. Okay? All right? Like everybody fucking feels this angst, this fucking, oh, you can't hear me? Is that what you said?
No, that's right. No, I was just saying somewhere in their mind, they've got, even if they say they haven't, it's kind of in there and they've pushed it down even. They've got no.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it may be the minutest little, and you might be somebody who doesn't, but it is something to be aware of. And it is something that, like, if it's a lot or whatever, like, I encourage anybody to really talk about it, because I read Inside the Criminal Mind by Dr. Sam Samanow, I think it is. I might be saying his last name wrong. But that book was very insightful, because one of the things that he talked about in that book was that when we give ourselves that permission we have to be careful how far we take it in our minds. Because if we give ourselves that permission enough times upstairs, it makes the physical action far easier. And so it's something that like, it's not something that you necessarily have to be afraid of within yourself, but it is something that I think it's good to be aware of. And like for someone like me who's had a lot of trauma in my life, who has a violent history, I need to be very on top of those kind of thought patterns or whatever, because I don't want to cycle into something I can't control. You know what I mean? But that comes with, being mature and being healthy and understanding, what's going on with my thoughts and emotions. You know what I mean? And not everybody has that.
It took me forever. It took me forever to even start to think about like metacognition. I guess think about what I'm thinking. It took me forever to even start that. Now I do, but it doesn't. I get to the point sometimes where I'm muttering under my breath. I'm not yelling, but sometimes I could be getting food.
Yeah,
and it comes out as like I must look. It comes out as like fucking. Just because someone's got in the way of the chicken for 3 seconds, like, you fat bitch. Like, just get the fuck out of my way. I'll kill you. I'll beat you to death with the chicken.
Listen, I whisper shit into my wife's ear that I want to say to people all the time, and it's super fucked up shit. But but it's also where I develop a lot of my comedy, because I definitely understand that it's not okay to just run around and fucking say whatever the fuck you want to people out of like these people that do these prank videos, like walking up to dudes in stores and hitting on their fucking wife right in front of them or whatever. Like, these guys are out of their fucking minds. Like, because you're gonna run into somebody like, dude, like I watched one yesterday where dude got snatched up immediately, and it's like, one of you fuckers are gonna get shot, because like some people don't take that second to think, aren't going to give a fuck that you're going, whoa, it's a prank. They're going to just shoot you already. You know what I mean? Because some people don't play. Some people don't care, which is why it's not, to me, at minimum, it's not good to like say whatever you want to people and just trample on people's feelings, period, anyway. But in a minimalist kind of view, like for collateral damage sake, let's say, maybe we shouldn't go around saying whatever we want to people, because we understand that everybody is pretty much on edge now. You know what I mean? Like there's really nobody that's living comfortably anymore. Everybody's got some level of anxiety or crisis or worse happening in their life, because ever since fucking COVID, the whole fucking world just continually been taking a shit. And like, there's moments of good, but everybody's waiting for the proverbial fucking shoe. We're like, I feel that way. I feel like pretty much the whole goddamn world is just waiting for the shoe to drop. When is it gonna fucking happen? You know what I mean? And we do the best we can to fill our times not thinking about that shit. You know what I mean? But it's on the back of all of our fucking minds. It's not like we don't fucking know it. And if we don't think that that's affecting us and how we deal with each other, well, then we're fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Because it's definitely affecting us. And so, but that's what, dude, I'll whisper that fucked up shit in my wife's ear. And then I make it into a joke and everybody can laugh at it and nobody's feelings got hurt. You know what I mean? And that's the beautiful part of comedy.
It's the best way. I never had that when I was with Mex a few years ago. I used to say stuff quite a lot and it used to fucking just make him mad. It's like, shut the fuck up. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you yelling, calling people a cunt just walking through the shop? It's like, I can't. It's just happening. I can't help it.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
like,
you've got a good sounding board.
Dude, you know what? I would have loved hanging out with you when we were younger. You know what I mean? Because like this is the kind of shit me and my friends did when I was like 18 years old. Like we would go down the main. Now we lived in like like small town Iowa. Like, maybe 10,000 people or something like that. So we're going down the main drag of the town, blasting our radio to the Bloodhound Gang's New Vagina, and we're like hanging out the windows, shouting the lyrics as loud as we can at the passerbys on the street. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we would have bonded in those sort of ways. Like, is that the sort of thing you would have been up to?
Yeah. We were public disorder nuisance. We were kids.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Yelling shit, fucking crazy shit we'd do. Wild stuff. I ran around a high street naked once on pills. But I took, like, it was at Christmas time at a Christmas market, but I kind of covered this with a Christmas dog, like a little Christmas hat. And I had a broom for jousting. And then I ran down through a busy market, bollock naked. But I was also on drugs from the night before. Just yelling up and down. People are out with their families, just getting like German sausage and that. And I'm just running up and down like, joust. That was probably more extreme. I remember I went to the store with all my clothes on backwards. So I reversed everything, turned it all round. And then I had to walk backwards and go and buy some.
You were backwards, man. Was this like right after seeing Freddie Got Fingered? Remember Backwards Man?
No, I do. Yeah, I don't know. Someone made me do it, so maybe they had seen it. Again, I was probably still on drugs from the night before, and then everything had to be backwards. I had to talk to people like, "Hi, I want this, and can I have a bag." All this shit some of the time. But the driving around yelling at people all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or we'd freak people out by getting my friend who was driving put his hands out the sunroof like this, and then one of us was hide down and do the wheel, and then someone else would do the gears. So he'd do the pedal. So he would just be going down the road like this, like waving like I was driving. That kind of stupid shit.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good stuff.
Yeah, there we go. It would have been calm. One of us would have died there. But yeah, we've all. I try and not do stupid things as often.
Did you? Okay, so like I had a friend named Josh. He was like, when I was like 17, 18 years old, that dude really, and part of when I was 19, because like when I left my wife but anyway, he looked out for me. Like, he aided in getting me super fucked up. Like I did way more drugs than he did. Josh's place was the kind of place that like a lot of people came around to, and a lot of those people that were coming around had different drugs or whatever. And Josh would be like, well, I don't want any, but he'll take some. And like, cause I was just his resident guinea pig. And like this back then, Josh would get like, he had friends that were on like psychotropic medications. And so he would get like their prescriptions and stuff. And he would have me taking like 10, 15 or something. And then like he would like, he had a notebook and he would log, like he would ask me questions of how it made me feel and what it was doing to me. Like, the loosest kind of science you can do, but in a way it was scientific. The worst, I would say the worst thing out of all those things though, and probably the hardest for him to deal with, was we were supposed to have a party, and there was no acid around, so I had heard that you could use Dramamine as a hallucinogen, and so I went and got a couple tubes of Dramamine, and I went over to Josh's for this party we're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Well, ends up nobody comes to the party. It's just me and Josh hanging out.
It's you and 2 tubes of Dramamine.
yeah, just 2 dudes and some music, and some drugs, yeah. And so I said to Josh, I'm like, well, you want to do some of this? He's like, no, I'm good. And so it was just me. Now, my friend who told me about these things told me that if you take 3 or 4 of these, you'll trip pretty good. You know what I mean? And so a tube of them was 12. And so since I was the only one there and it seemed like I was the only one doing them, I took a whole tube of 12. And you're also,
Seems like a good idea. Just take 12.
It did. It seemed like a very good idea at the time. I had a very high drug tolerance back then. But it also, you're not supposed to drink on Dramamine. That's also bad. Because it like heightens the effects of the pills. But I took those 12 Dramamine and followed them with a 6-pack of beer and turned on a Doors album. And then like, I don't know, like an hour, not quite an hour goes by, maybe 45 minutes or so. And Josh, because he likes to log how I feel, starts asking me, "Hey, how you feeling?" And I'm like, "Actually, I don't really feel anything." You know what I mean? And he was like, "Okay, well," and I was like, "You know what? I got more. I'm going to take that other two." You
Yeah,
know,
good
and
break.
so I took a whole nother fucking tube. I have taken 24 of these fucking Dramamine and drank a 6-pack. And all I remember is the Crystal Ship, because we were listening to the Doors. The Crystal Ship came on, and I remember hearing Jim Morrison say, "Before you slip into unconsciousness," and there I went, just fucking gone. You know what I mean? And I mean gone, gone. Like I don't even know where I went, bro. You know what I mean? So, like a few hours later, like I'm looking all around Josh's house. I'm fucking tearing everything apart. And he finally like talks to me. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "Where's Nicole?" Which was my girlfriend at the time. And he's like, "Nicole's not here. She hasn't been here. Like she went out of town with her family. Remember? That's why she didn't come." And I was like, "No, man, I saw her. She was here. I was just talking to her, you know." And so I'm fucking freaking out. And I'm looking all over the fucking house, tearing shit apart. He's getting fucking mad at me and shit. And now, like, dude, it's like 3:30 in the fucking morning. This dude is just praying that I fall asleep because he's tired of watching me, because he doesn't want to fall asleep and just leave me like alone, because he knows he knows I'm fucking just super fucked. I'm so fucked, you know? And like, and I'm sitting in this chair and he was sitting on the floor next to me. And I looked down at him and I looked ever so lovingly into his eyes. And I put my hand on his back. And no, listen. I start to rub his back in a circular motion, just look dead into his eyes and go, "I love you, Nicole." And he's like, "Nicole's not here. Nicole hasn't been here all fucking night," you know?
No means
like,
no. Get off.
Yeah, dude, just fucking freaking out on me. But okay, so like I'm super fucked up. But like I don't know if you've been like real messed up, and then somebody yells at you, and it like kind of sobers you up a little bit for the moment. And like so he's yelling at me, and like all of a sudden I come out of it a little, you know, and he's just standing over me, yelling at me, pointing at, and I'm like, "Dude, why are you yelling at me?"
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. I have no idea what just happened. And he's just like, "Fuck, man." He's like, "Why do you got to be so fucked up all the time?"
Yeah,
like, oh my God.
I'm still talking. I had a moment a few years ago. Fuck it. I've only got a couple, but I'm going to get a beer. So many years ago, I was suddenly outside a pub, like an old pub in my hometown. I was outside being thrown out, clearly being thrown out, right? Get out. And as I'm there now, I'm like, what did I do? I have no idea.
Yeah.
But again, I just immediately forgotten something. And then someone else, I eventually found some other people, and they're like, "Yeah, do you remember what you did in there?" And I was like, "No, they just threw me out. I've got no idea why." But apparently the landlady, the lady with the place was... Yes, I don't know. She got upset by something I'd said, and she told me to keep it down. So I probably told her to go fuck herself. Whatever I said, or called her a whore, whatever it was. I'm sorry. And she threw a glass from behind the bar. She threw a glass of water in my face, right? So that now, as I understand it, I threw beer back at her, and then proceeded just to throw things like bottles, glasses at the bar.
Whatever was handy, yeah.
and just rained it down. And that's why, fairly, I believe, I got thrown out. But so I threw the last one, and then they got me out. And by the time I'd gone 10 feet and got outside into the air, the fresh air, I'm like,
Well, the fresh air especially like clears your head again.
It
You know what I mean?
stuff,
It's
right?
that,
It
yeah,
changes
sure,
stuff, and then when you go outside,
for
but
sure.
yeah,
Was it cold too?
anything.
Was it colder?
Yeah, I think wintertime, but as soon as I go outside,
that can really do it as
yeah,
well.
I had no
Yeah.
generally no idea. I was like,
Yeah. So here, you know, so this is something that is an interesting experience that I don't think a lot of people have probably had. Like, you've heard of a blackout drinker, of course, right? And I was a blackout drinker for a long time.
have I heard of a blackout drinker? Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't. You know,
blacks out.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to throw labels on anybody, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get it. Yeah. So, so during a portion of my blackout drinking days, they kind of overlapped with some of my meth days, and that's a bad combo. Yeah. That's a real bad combo.
Meth is bad anyway, isn't it? But when you overlap,
meth is super bad. But meth mixed with blackout drunkenness, like it's one of the worst combinations you can think of. Because here's the thing about being a blackout drunk. When you're a blackout drunk, you know, you black out, you do, you know, you can function up to a couple more hours, but your ass is going to go home and you're going to pass out and you're going to stop doing things. But when you're a blackout drunk,
now I get it,
and you're also a fucking meth addict,
you've got energy.
You don't go to sleep. No, you don't go to sleep. So what happens then is you wake up and come out like you come out of a blackout into consciousness. No. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Basically, what happens in that event is, like, as cinematically, if you could think about it, it's like the whole screen is black, and then like a little pinhole opens up, and then you can like see everything. You know what I mean? Well, when my pinhole fucking opened up, I'm doing 60 down the shoulder, the wrong side of the fucking road. You know, like fucking freaking out, spinning across the highway. It was insane, absolutely insane.
That is, you're only on booze and meth. I mean, there's no problems, nothing's gone wrong.
Oh my god, it was terrible. That was actually when I got my first. I did that later that morning. It wasn't until like probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half. 2 hours after that happened, I was arrested for my first DUI. I was 17. That was my first DUI arrest.
But they didn't know you were on meth.
No, they did not know I was on meth. That was why I was driving. I was on my way to go get more meth. Like fucking crazy fucking shit. Just so you know, kids at home, don't do these things.
Do not do.
Please don't do these
meth. Don't drink
things.
Drive with meth. Don't throw things at women.
Bars. You know if I ever write a book, bro, it's going to be called "How Not to Live Your Life." You know what I mean? Like an expert edition. Like fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, agreed. I've made a thousand mistakes, and I've had nights where I've gone in and out of the blackout through the night. Like I've nothing, and then I'm there, and then nothing, and then I'm there, and then I'm somewhere else.
Yeah,
like flashing through time.
Sure.
Okay, it's terrifying, really, when I look back. How the fuck do you get home? How do you make it to your? Because I always woke up in my bed. Generally, sometimes I'd wake up in a hedge or in someone else's house, but in general, I'd be at home, fully clothed normally. But I've got home safely. I haven't got run over. I've got my money, my phone, my keys, all that shit. Yeah. But it's
There were a number of those times that I also woke up with urine in my pants.
I've never done that, but my mum.
You know what?
My mum thought I did and told everyone that I did.
I remember being at a college Halloween party when I was a sophomore in high school. No, a junior in high school. I was at a college Halloween party when I was a junior in high school. and that was it was a huge party. There was a lot of people there, and there was a bunch of people, like there were like 10 or 12 people standing in a circle in the kitchen, just like drinking and chatting. And one of the guys just passed the fuck out, right? Just fell the fuck out on the floor. And like it was so normal for this particular guy that the whole group was like, he does that all the time. And we just moved the circle a little bit so that we weren't like standing over him. You know what I mean? Like, but then like after a few minutes, I noticed a puddle start to emerge from his midsection. And it was the first time I'd seen somebody like piss themselves drunk. And I was like, man, I'm never fucking getting like that. And oh my God, did I get like that, bro? I got like that so fucking bad. Like
I never
the
have.
worst time.
Go on. Tell us the worst time.
The worst example of me pissing myself when I was fucking drunk. I was dating this girl. I had like an on and off again relationship for like 5 years with this chick. And she was one of those girls that took a pillow everywhere because like she had like an allergy or whatever. So she had a very special, specific pillow that she always took with her. And so she was over at my place. We had played Presidents and Assholes that night. So I had fucking really tied one on because I am the worst Presidents and Assholes player you've ever seen. But that was strategic because the bad player gets to drink more. Duh, you know, like so I was super fucking drunk. We had sex before we went to sleep that night, and so I was in bed naked. And she said at like 3 something in the morning, I must have been having a dream or something because I punched her in the back like twice, and so. Right, so she got up like, and she said that I was clearly still sleeping, you know what I mean, and like she knew it had to be like a dream or whatever, but she got up, she came around to my side of the bed and was like trying to wake me up. And she said that when she like pushed on me to wake me up, it was like a fire hose went off in the bed, and I was pissing all the way up to her fucking pillow. And then, dude, she was so fucking mad at me that she didn't keep trying to wake me up. She just fucking let me lay in it. I fucking laid in my own
I would have done the same
for like 3 hours.
That is it. Enjoy that for the next few hours.
Yeah, that's exactly what she did. She went up and slept in her sister's bed. Like.
That's wild. So, yeah, I've never done it, but I got really drunk one night while living with my parents, and I heated up the dinner. I warmed up the dinner in the microwave, right? Took it to bed, hammered, and I just ate the food and had a water, but I basically fell asleep with the water.
Sure.
But when I came home, my mum left me a note saying, "Carl, you wet the bed last night," right? And not only that, but I heard her on the phone telling everyone.
Telling people, not even giving you the benefit of the doubt.
My auntie, 10 people, he wet the bed, and I figured out it was just fucking water. So now everyone thinks I pissed myself anyway.
Right. Well, they're just looking for signs. You know what I mean? They're like, is this the time that we get together for the intervention, or do we wait a little longer?
No. If you compare me to like my brother, I'm Jesus-like. There's no. Whatever I've done will not compare to what those idiots did or what my dad did. Right. So I was pretty good, but yeah, there'd never been intervention apart from the time my dad opened the door and I had teeth hanging out down here, covered in blood, and my nose all fucked up. And he's like, "Wake up! What's happened?" I'm like, fighting with
what did happen? What did happen that time?
I got headbutted and my teeth came out.
No,
so they had to take the dentist the next day, gave me loads of massive injections, and then hammered them back in with a fucking mallet.
Yeah.
And I never got them fully repaired.
So did you break this bone here then? Did you break the bone?
I don't know because I never finished getting treatment. I just left and never went back because we got to a point where every time I went out to pay him money, and after a while, he just goes, "Well, just pay me next week. Don't pay me this time. Just pay me next week." And I went, "Okay."
Hello.
There you go.
No.
Back. You just digitized.
I don't know if people can hear me.
I can hear you.
But I am still here. Carl is buffering.
Oh, I'm buffering. People, who's buffering? Is it us, me? Let me check my... I'm still streaming okay, I think. Yeah, I'm still streaming okay. So it's Billy. It's Billy. It's Billy Criminal Balls over there. Billy Crime Balls. We'll nickname him now. Billy Crime Balls. I had something to say there, but I can't remember what it was. We'll wait for Woody to spin out. In fact, let me boot him out. Let me kick that goddamn criminal out. And we'll see about him coming back in. Let me send me a message anyway. But how is everyone? Hey Mel, thanks for lurking and all that stuff. Let me just send that to William there. Yeah, thanks for lurking and all that stuff. As soon as he pops back in, I'll bring him back on. Yeah, just getting used to it now. I thought I'd crack open a bit. I haven't drunk all day. It's 11 p.m. I've got 2 of these, so I might have 1, might have 2. We'll see how we go. Cheers to you. And it is the Madry with a hipster, the hipster douche on the front. But I have, it's pretty good beer. Now, these, I went out the other night and brought 4 of them, but then drank 2 in the street and came home and hid 2 in my mailbox for 2 days. So luckily, no one saw them there, but I did go and get them. I think I posted a picture getting a beer. All right, Brett. All right. Let me try this. No, still spinning out there. So it's definitely his signal, right? Definitely his signal. Let me give him restart your internet. Turn it off, turn it on. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday, isn't it? I got out of bed at 4 p.m. today. There he is.
Am I back?
Hey, man.
I'm back!
Great,
Thank
Scott.
God. Jesus.
Yeah, you
I don't know.
Signal, some internet, it happens, right? Sometimes you just sort of spin out. I used to have terrible internet, but yeah. I have no idea what we were saying before you spun out there.
My Wi-Fi kicked me off for some reason. No, it was my signal all day. That's what happened.
Yeah, I checked. It's all good. So yeah, no worries, man. I can't remember what we were talking
about. Am I coming through good now? Because when you were talking, you were pretty choppy.
Your audio's fine. Your video's a bit blocky, but it's cool.
I don't know what's happened. You know what? I'm going to try and leave and come back and see if that doesn't help. Okay.
Leave and come back, man. No worries. So you got blueberry muffins, Solvent. If that's all we hit, we'll get confused about that. Let me boot you out there. I think I can remove you that way, and I think I can boot you out. If I kick him from the studio, will he be able to come back in? Press leave studio, William. And all that stuff. You got some getting high tonight, Solvent. That's good. Might take some drugs next Friday. We'll see what happens. And then when it gets a little bit warmer, we will. I'll be taking some of those goddamn mushroom pills with my good buddy, Mr. David. I am actually on, Chrissy. I'm on. I'm here with William Conway. He's just having some internet problems. Half an addy. Getting those uppers and downers, getting that cocktail in. Take your pills. Take your pills, America. Yeah, go for it. Get that balance right. Absolutely. Yeah, I wasn't going to drink anything today, but I've got these 2 beers and I'm not buying any more beer, is the plan, until next weekend. Let's bring it back on here. There we go, man. How are you feeling?
So sorry about that.
Don't apologize. It's all good. It's the internet. Blame God. This is God's fault, and we should start a holy war against the good Lord himself.
Internet, so. Oh man. Yeah. I've really recently been the whole. I just can't. I know I'm having a hard time spitting this out, but I rode the Jesus train for a long, long time, and I was pretty convinced about it. You know what I mean? But then there just came questions logical reasonings that, because one of the things when I was a Christian is I was trained in apologetics, which is basically the defense of the faith especially against other faiths and people that say there is no God and stuff like that. And during that training, I was taught what Christians don't have answers for. You know what I mean? And like, so for me, like, I find it very, very difficult to buy into an ideology because, all faith-based or what, whatever your philosophy, whatever you want to call it, you can't have a God that created everything that isn't responsible for evil. You know what I mean? Like if he made everything and he knew everything all at once, knew how everything was going to play out, like how then is he not responsible for the evil that exists? Yeah, because he knew. You cannot do that. You know what I mean? Like you can't have
unless he's a fucking psycho or he just doesn't
care. Yeah, okay, right. So, but I'm certainly not wanting to follow that psychopath. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Like, did he also murder children for like?
Yeah. I mean, dude, listen.
Wipe
like
out
when you
gays
really,
and stuff.
Yeah. George Carlin really painted the best picture.
And his wife went missing between the Old Testament and the New Testament. He used to have a wife, and the wife went. It's like, where's she gone? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I've got this. She's fucking buried under a universal patio somewhere on fucking Mars.
Yeah. But I also find it hard to believe that we came from nothing. So you fucking figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? What do you do with that?
What do you do?
You know what I mean?
You drink, you have some weed, and you talk about it for a couple of hours and
then
you go to sleep.
Yeah. Like, let's.
I have no idea.
This is what I'm going to do. Fucking. I don't have the answers. I got plenty of questions. I don't have shit for answers. I think my thing froze. Seeing if my light is turning on. You see a white light on this?
No, but that doesn't mean it isn't there because it might just be the camera.
Bitch. Yeah, I know. My lighting is really weird. See, I thought it would be cool. I was trying to be cool and have like, I don't know if you can.
Oh, I can see that now. I can see that now.
Can you see the mountains back there?
No, I can just see the ground. I think it's too dark at the top to see the mountains, maybe. But then
maybe. Let me get out here. Can you see? How's that?
Let me solo this out here. Here we go. Yeah, I can see some mountains in the distance. Not the camera.
Yeah,
just a bit
that's
small,
the Zunies.
But yeah, awesome, man.
Yeah, that's the Zunies in the distance over there. But yeah, I figured we kept some of the cool colors of sunset, depending on how long we talked. And then I wouldn't. Yeah, and then I wouldn't require my wife to be like. I feel really bad. I don't like doing podcasts, especially later in the day. Like in the morning, it's not so bad because nobody else is up that early. But later in the day, I don't like doing podcasts in the house because then everybody kind of has to be quiet because we don't like the mics will pick up the other noise or whatever real bad. So I don't like. I'm not the kind of. I don't like telling my wife be quiet as a mouse. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I like telling Jamie's wife.
I tell Jamie's wife to be quiet, and he's dumb kids that walk in, and he's like, "Now it's podcast time," and they're in and out. They're in the fucking cupboards, and she's yelling. It's like, "Hey, sort your family out." But no, this is a new noise. It would be new noise. Let's just see what it is. I'll be calm.
I mean, but my wife knows how I am. She knows that stuff bugs me too. And, and so she, but I also don't want to make her feel like she can't make a sound that, it's weird.
Sound. She can don't yodel, but she can make sound,
God, dude, I don't know if she can't yodel. I don't think she'd
Everyone
try.
Everyone should try to yodel at some point, I think.
I mean, I'm probably decent at it, to be fair. You know, my wife and I were discussing earlier today, because I was thinking about, you know, some of why I haven't been as successful as I probably could be or whatever is because, you know, I don't put a lot of my talents out there as much as I should, because like there's a few impressions that I do decently well that I haven't had the confidence to take to stage yet. But like they're very good impressions, and my wife and a lot of other people have told me today, or not to, you know, but my wife told me today, but other people have told me in the past about how good some of my impressions are. But like, dude, I've really been trying to work on some of that. Like, and have you, like, do you watch many reels or whatever?
I go through phases of it. Sometimes not for ages because I fucking hate all that, and then sometimes I'll go through comics and stuff.
Well, it doesn't have to be comics necessarily. I mean, my real content is so like, because I like a lot of different stuff. You know, I pay attention to a lot of different people's pages and stuff. Huh?
Mine's all tits.
Dude, mine was in the beginning. That's how mine was.
Then it's difficult to train your way out. It's like, no, I'm watching this stuff.
Yeah. Because like, okay, so and this is when I don't have TikTok anymore, but when I first got TikTok, bro, like the only thing that was like coming up in my feed was like these ass shaking videos and shit like that. And like, and I like ass shaking videos, so I would like it, and then I would scroll.
It knows. So
this is what happens. So my wife is real bad at, like, she looks over my shoulder at my phone all the time. Like my wife's nose is in my phone constantly, and so like she noticed like how many of these videos she's like, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know, babe. I'm like, they just, she goes, I go, I don't know, babe. Like, it's like it's almost all that ever comes up. She goes, have you ever thought about trying to, I don't know, like something else? And I was like, is that what it is? I was like, is that what's going on here? I'm like, fuck, you know? So then, you know, I had to purposely like go and
I opened the account and I liked 1,000 17-year-old girls dancing. It's just I like some cars now, like some dogs, like some other stuff, you know.
Right. So fucking yeah. It's a lot different now. Now I have a vast array on my reels, but in the beginning, it was a lot of.
Actually, not my reels, but when I go to search, it's still just wall to wall tits. It's like, come on now, there's too many.
Not, yeah. Let me no, I don't have that problem anymore.
My reels have a lot of comedy and stuff on them.
Here's somebody, and you're not following this person, you'll appreciate this dude so much. You and Jamie both. Two Turk Tony. Do you know who Two Turk Tony is?
I don't think so.
Okay, so he's an OnlyFans guy. He's a guy on OnlyFans, but he has a YouTube and a TikTok and stuff. Yeah. And this fucking dude is hilarious. He terrorizes his family, basically his mother. He acted like Jeffrey Dahmer, right? Like he basically played a character of Jeffrey Dahmer and made videos of his mother's reactions, and those videos got like tons and tons of views. He made a bunch of money off of those videos, and then he donated the money from those videos to a battered women's shelter. You know what I mean? Like, so
that's fair.
Like,
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, but like he drove his mother so crazy she threw him out of the house. You know what I mean? And he fucking he became friends with this homeless guy, and then started letting him live in like the guest house in the back. And fucking he gave that homeless guy $100 to go take a shower in his mother's fucking shower, you know, like just all sorts of fucking shit. You would love this guy.
Sounds sounds like a lot of the stuff that Tom Green did back in the day, right? Do you remember when he
Yeah.
he'd make
Very
a statue
Tom
of his
Green.
parents fucking and put it on the front lawn and wake them up in the fucking 5 a.m. and that kind of stuff.
It's just so it's fucking hilarious. We watch it all the time, and he does a lot of good stuff. He does some really good stuff too. But in my reels, the reason I brought this up, I don't know why, but in the last week or so, I'm getting all these old Macho Man Randy Savage promos. I don't know if it's because like we've been watching we got the A&E streaming service, and so we've been watching like some of the WWE legends, and I think that my phone has heard that and now just is not, you know what I mean, because they're always listening. I don't know what people think, but that's how they're figuring all this shit out. They're giving us very specific shit because they're listening all the time. But anyway, so I'm getting all these Randy Savage videos that come up, and I was like, I remember doing Randy Savage when I was younger. I could probably work on my Randy Savage and see how that was going. And so I want to tell you the process that I figured out to do the perfect Randy Savage impression.
Please.
Okay? Like, in order to do a perfect Randy Savage impression, you basically have to, like, in a low, like kind of in a low, aggressive way, tell a turd who's boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, yeah. Just slide on out of that hole. Yeah. Feels so good. Ooh, I think that was a peanut. Yeah. Ooh. Anyway. No,
I do. There's a couple that I do, and it is, so it's a bit of this and whatever it is. I'll do a good Gollum. I'm not doing it now because I'll die.
The Gollum does kill the voice. It's really does.
Painful, and especially if you don't do it so often. And then now I do it for 10 seconds, and I'm just like, I'm sucking off a homeless man. I'm sucking off that homeless man that's Ted's fucking shower. But I tell you what we'll do quickly. Dan Soda does a great Randy Savage. He also does a great who is it? Is it Chappelle? I think they tricked someone that he was Dave Chappelle and got like Fox News involved and stuff on Legion of Skanks. But William, Solven reminded me we're going to do 3 of these. There's a game called Mug Shaldies, and I don't know if you follow Mug Shaldies on Instagram, but it's about women that have been arrested for crimes, and they're often some of them are attractive. So everyone in the chat and William, we can try and guess what this lady did. This is a good one, but yeah.
Vandalism or property damage.
And if we can get if we can just remember her face and get a few of those in the chat as well, we'll see what she did.
That's
some of these are wild.
Okay, and that one right there, I'm gonna say vandalism or property damage, and the reason I'm gonna say that is because the look on her face says, "I'm happy to fucking be here." You know what I mean?
We've also got DUI, resisted arrest, battery. She beat a dude, assault.
Oh, did she?
I don't know, but some of these bitches here, bitches with all due respect, Chrissy and Kelly in here, they've been like sharing stuff and reading it. I'm like, don't ever look at those until you've seen the last Rites again. I mean, bitches with all due respect, you know that. Okay, so we've had battery as a guest, we've had assault, we've had so it's domestic violence and assault. Specifically accused her boyfriend of doing drugs. When he denied it, she struck him with a metal plant stand and punched him in the face.
Jeez.
But some of these are just gold. Some of these are just gold, though. What about Big Eyes here with the mascara freshly done?
I'm gonna say solicitation.
Solicitation. Shit. Let us know what you think as well. This is a kind of a basic crime, but I just thought she stood out to me there with those big eyes, those big innocent eyes. Oh, okay. Then we've got a gold one for the last one. shoplifting from Solven, drug possession. What it doesn't make anything. No one really cares what they are. I could say it's lipstick on her eyes. We don't really care.
What did you call it? Did you not call it
mascara? But then they're false ones. I'm kind of in the
ballpark. What? Yeah, all right, yeah.
Bit strange to us. Whatever it is.
Cumbrellas. Yeah. They were cumbrellas.
Wait, show her again. It's better be for guessing reasons, Kelly.
Kelly's gonna be like, I know her.
Yeah,
I know that bitch.
It's going to be someone's sister, for sure.
Well, I mean, it probably is someone's sister.
Probably, yeah.
Man, that sun's really coming in right now.
Nice, man. Give us a look. Give us a look.
Good look at me in the natural light. Oh my God.
It does look good. It does look good. Okay, Kelly, guess.
This is how white. Look how white I am. This is how white I am, people.
Very white. You would never be attacked.
So white I bleed.
You would never be attacked by Dennis Hopper at a pivotal moment in the plot.
Oh God!
But so there's one more, and this is a good one. This is a good crime. I'm trying to cover the crime here.
What was the second girl's crime?
Oh, it's just DUI, but the face just stood out. Yeah, just DUI. This is a good one,
see, this girl is like half smiling too. What the fuck? Why are people happy in mugshots?
Some of them, William, some of them are so happy, and then they post back on their profile. I've got 10 appearances and mug shorties and stuff. They're like, look at this one. We're crazy. Okay, Solvents has set a house on fire over a dude. So yeah, any other guesses from the chat there? Obviously, I've seen it. She's kind of innocent, but a little bit cheeky. Looked like she'd been crying and her eye makeup was smeared. Yeah, she's probably had a tear or two. Meth lab explosion. Okay, have we got any more going on? It's just guesses. These are guesses. Yeah, it's a few prostitute or women attacking women again. A dirty sex worker says.
Hey, whoa! Why do sex workers got to be dirty? Some of them, matter of fact, I'm just saying the sex workers I know, they really pride themselves on being clean.
I agree, but the way Kelly just said prostitute, this is women attacking women again, and this is why they never get anywhere, because it's women just bring them down. As soon as one gets up somewhere, they're pulling them back down. Look at this bitch.
Yeah, crabs. A bunch of crabs. $20 is $20. I keep trying to tell people that. You'd be surprised what you can get me to do for $20.
Her crimes. She's got some good crimes, and her crimes were 4 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. So she's already a convicted felon. She's had a gun 4 times. Possession of a controlled substance, resisting arrest, discharging a firearm while others may be endangered. A sex worker from the Bunny Ranch brothel in Nevada reportedly fired shots after an argument with a fellow employee and proceeded to hide in a back room, resulting in a standoff with police and SWAT.
Okay, so I just want to run to Kelly's defense here and say, all that being said, she was indeed a sex worker.
Actually, yeah, from the Bunny Ranch, no less, from the famous sex work houses. Now I know now that I've read this one out before when I was hammered, but what a great selection of charges, and ended up in a standoff with SWAT. But honestly, some of these will repost. So the account is Mug Shardy's SH.
Do you know that girl's name? I might want to write her a letter because I'm a bit of a fan already.
They don't often name them except one they tagged, and she's really happy about it.
Right. Dude, it's so weird to me because like you list all that stuff off, and I look at that girl's picture, you list off all that stuff, and I'm just like, I am oddly attracted. You know what I mean? Like,
look, this is why this game started. I try and pick the ones that are good, but sometimes by crime as well. But if you can get a balance, that's why I follow this account. I'm vaguely attracted to horrendously mentally ill criminal women. That you kind of want to spend a weekend with, but you might end up stealing a baby or robbing a flower shop or whatever.
I know. Okay. dude.
I would say yes. I'd say yes. Yes. Let's do whatever you think for the next few hours.
Listen, okay. Hang on. I want to tell you
I don't
something.
even want to fuck. We're just gonna hang out.
Yeah, I just want to be around this adventure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like but you know what? To be fair, I think with a girl like that, when you have an attraction to a girl like that, I think that's really what is attractive about her more than anything. Is that a girl like that is very fucking adventurous, and that's a hard thing to really find. A truly adventurous girl.
She's not boring. I think it'd be fun. You probably like the same movies. You'd have good banter in the diner afterwards, and there could be a standoff with fucking SWAT on a Sunday.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's fucking Honey Bunny and what's his face in the fucking diner all day. You know what I mean? In Pulp Fiction.
The OGM raid up in the house here.
Right.
Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, people.
Yeah. which by the way is another part of why I try and stay.
Hey, solving. We're not being perps. We're solving crime. This is a criminal. Yeah. Okay, one more for people that have just come in. This is we're going to guess the crime of this lovely innocent person here. Let's guess the crime. This is criminal investigation, Solvend, not pervs.
Man. You know what? I'm gonna go really. I'm gonna say embezzlement. This girl embezzled something. She looks super smart.
Yeah. So Kelly guesses arson.
Arson, yeah, that's a good one.
Stolen car with a gun. That's a good one too. That's classic romance. Or jam up in the house of the raid.
What is that?
That means OGM brought a collection of people in to watch us as well. Most of them ran away when Solvin said we were being pervs, so. But we are, we're generally interested in solving crime. So we've got arson, stolen car with a gun. If there are any more guesses, let us know. Very innocent looking. However, she is on a mugshot account, so we know it's not innocent. Sometimes it's slow to come through, but I'm just going to go ahead and say this. The crimes are possession of a machine gun, possession of a firearm silencer, possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute.
Holy cow.
She's got a machine gun, a silencer, and drugs, and she's got a pocket full of dreams, right? And I want to take her for dinner.
I bet you do.
Right.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, artist 2B. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, yes, Kevin. Yes, I think this is that. Yes, agreed. Love her.
Do you have that one the picture I sent you?
Where did you?
Do you remember? I mean, that was a while ago. That's why I was trying to look.
Yeah,
and see if I could
reset. Unless you can resend it, I probably wouldn't be able to find it unless we know what platform it was. Was it Twitter? Was it Facebook as well? It's gonna be difficult.
My guess would be it was on Messenger. You know what? Can you look on our Messenger quick, because I can't access our Messenger right now.
Yeah, I'm on there right now.
If you look on our Messenger and then go to like the first.
I think God has again.
I'm trying to.
The only picture I can see is I think your child, and then some. Yeah,
I sent you a mugshot.
I can't see it on Messenger, so if
it was a very specific mugshot.
It could be Twitter, but it's if you can try and find. Also, your internet is also going a bit crazy right now, so we'll just.
Is it?
Oh, you're back. Okay. Yeah, artist to be.
Oh, this is such a good one too. Why can't I find it?
Check out artist to be over here.
Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. I think, let me go to this one here.
Sorry for the silence, guys.
Sorry, dang it!
Oh, it's my fault. I'm doing something as well.
But no, I was. You know what one I was looking for, right?
I can't remember. I get sent so much shit. I get sent
I was
so
gonna
much shit
send.
that it's.
I wanted you to see my wife's.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I sent you my wife's mugshot. You don't remember that?
Oh, that would have been it. Okay, you sent that around about the time we did the movie thing, right? Yeah, that could be. It could be Twitter. I'll if I can find it during this, I will. But probably.
I'm getting real choppy, and I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, no, you might have sent it to a group thing with me and Jamie, I think, because it's not in the Twitter either. But your wife's mugshot. So what did she get? Actually, we could guess, couldn't we? If I can find it, yeah. You sent me something from Sioux Falls. Oh, he's gone again now. But he sent me. I don't know, but I do have Conway's wife's mugshot. I think, but he definitely sent me one anyway. I was in the Bunny Ranch. Well, no, I don't think he'd be talking to us if it was a Bunny Ranch one. Let's boot him out there, and he can go and do his business and try and find an internet connection that works. I do feel for him though, because obviously I've had it before, and it is very stressful. A very stressful time. I don't know how long I can keep going here because I kind of need a pee, but maybe a little longer. And I'm the most sober I've been this late at night on a stream for a long time. I had less than one beer on a Saturday, and tomorrow I'm having a very productive day writing. I did it last Sunday. I wrote for like 6 hours, got a lot of shit done, and I'll do the same tomorrow, maybe even longer. And it's a bit difficult, but getting stuff in line, and it's all going to be last minute. It's going to end in tears, but you know what? We got to keep going. I've got 6 to 8 gigs lined up soon. 8, I think. Pardon me. And then the 2 that we can talk about and sell tickets for will be up and about online in about a week. We can do it now, but we think it's a bit early because it's for kind of just after the middle of May, and I need some new artwork and all that stuff as well, some new pictures. But you try and deal with Shannon. Yeah, I'll be there on time, but instead I went out to get Rice Krispie cakes, and now she's on a fucking medical trial, and I don't even know what for. She's days in a hospital or in a facility undergoing a medical trial for, I assume, thousands of pounds. I assume she's getting like 3K for it or something for the week, but she might get cancer or 3 heads. I did say, if her vagina does seal up, can I still use it to access comedy festival? And she said no. So we're hoping that everything stays intact and I can use that for demographic entry into comedy festivals, because the men are not popular these days. So yeah, she is currently somewhere in a medical facility. I don't know where. And I assume there's an NDA, but we can go and get a general response from her maybe at some point. Sundays have been the same. Support your friends. Laundry tomorrow. Yeah, I did my laundry today. It's drying right behind this camera. That's how much it is. Oh, so the hack thing, I need to double check with him next week. I'm buying some more equipment and stuff to start to gradually make things better. But I have found I now have a contact at a film studio that is minutes from here. So I need to speak to this guy, and I think I can rent some stuff, which will be good to help until I can own all the things. So that's going to be good stuff. I might rent a couple of bits for next Friday once we confirmed Hack's dropping in anyway, and then I'll be slowly buying that stuff as well. But yeah, it's good. There's a guy right down the road who rents all this film studio gear, everything, and then we can make our own porn when Hack comes. So we'll do that. You hiked and going to hike tomorrow? Yeah, I miss. It's kind of shitty weather here. There's a mountain in North Wales, Kevin, called Mount Snowdon, Snowdon. I think it might be Den. I think Snowdon. I'll be walking that potentially the end of next month, but we could pull out because of weather, because it really changes at a certain height very quickly. But we're going to camp. We're going to camp at the base. We're going to walk it and then go in a pub at the end, eat and get absolutely fucking blasted, and then go back to the tent with a campfire and whiskey, doing that with a good friend of mine. Hopefully the end of April, but we might have to. And I've got to start buying gear as well, but I'm just going to get a load of basic stuff for this. And hopefully that'll be a good time at Hadboil. But it'll be one of those we'll have to pencil in because the weather's a bit chaotic. And if coming up to that weekend it's going to be too dangerous, we won't do it because we don't want to get mountain rescue out for a couple of idiots on whiskey up a hill for the gram, you know? Back of trap bear tins. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I'm going to slowly, because I'm near the Peak District as well, the other way, really close, like 30 minutes away. And that's beautiful little villages and hills and all the rolling green hills and all that shit. And I think maybe some mountains in there as well. Peaks, right? You would think. So I'm going to start doing that. As soon as it hits springtime, I'm going to start fucking off over there, doing miles. They've got all these proper like inns to stay in, these old pubs as well. But I can get out there in like 30, 40 minutes and back if I need to, or stay over there, or wild camp, just pitch up somewhere random up a mountain. So I'm going to slowly start to get that gear in this year, and then, yeah, just do lots of that because I really miss those long, just getting out. And I'm going to make beautiful, huge sandwiches to take with me. Not beautiful penises, but beautiful, huge sandwiches to take with me. Like really fucking nice stuff. I can't even explain to you how good they're going to be. You know, rustic bread and big lumps of nice cheese and ham and chutneys and your mother's juice, and just cut them in half, wrap that up as part of the treats, a part of the walking treat. So the plan is when we get to the summit of Snowdon, I'll eat some food and we'll drink like a flask of tea and all that good stuff. Probably won't do the whiskey at the summit because I'm not an idiot. But if it's too shitty, then I won't eat up there, obviously. But it's going to be a good time anyway. But I just got these ideas of doing this nice stuff instead of taking shitty food out. Just, of course, I'll take my medication because I don't want to blow a drone strike all over the nice green English hills. But I might shit myself though. That might happen, and I'll tell you about it. I'll probably send a picture. You know, I got no shame. These are the tents made specifically for each model on bedside. There we go. Don't want to drag £8,000 home for a short trip. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's decent. The boyfriend is watching Better Call Saul. All right. Have a good night. Cheers for hanging out, Kelly. Enjoy Better Call Saul. Whatever. That's almost like Jackass as well. And then weirder stuff from that. I'm going to give Conway like 5-10 minutes and then... Sorry, guys. I think William might have to bail as well. But he's having internet issues today. What's happening? The internet. The internet is happening. So we'll see. But it will be up on YouTube. For all those YouTube links that got posted, we'll put it up on YouTube tomorrow as well. Why not? With Hack, I think... I don't know. I'll decide. Maybe one at YouTube. When we get back in after the night out, we might spark everything up for the Twitch stream at midnight. I know a lot of you be busy at midnight midnight for us. I think I'm going to finish this beer and wrap it up as well. I'm not going to crack on tonight. Hey, Caitlin, how you doing? Beautiful human. I'm barely human, I think, and there's not much that's beautiful outside of this camera. I actually had a guest on that, William Conway from New Mexico, on tonight, but his internet is failing. So we're probably I'll probably wrap it up soon. The most sober I've been at this time of night for a long time. I don't want to crack that second beer, but then I've only got one left, and then I'm just rambling. You know? Should I ramble a while? Have I got much more brain shit to talk about? I've no idea. What have I done today? Oh, yeah. So I stayed up till 5 a.m. Not drunk this time. She didn't keep me up. You know what I'm talking about. She don't tell me nothing. But I was up till 5 a.m. just watching YouTube. video after video. And then I was like, it's 5. Why don't I go to sleep? I slept till 1 p.m. and then laid in bed for 3 more hours. You know? And then I got up at 4 p.m. And I said, well, the day's gone. The day's gone. So all I've done today is laundry. I did that, clean the clothes. I cooked a curry. Yeah, I had another curry. But I've had fajitas the last 2 nights. All homemade, apart from the tortillas, which I brought. So yeah, I had a nice curry tonight. Fucking loads of it. And I intended to save half the chicken to tomorrow, but in the rush, I ate all the chicken. In a rush, I ate 2 dinners in one. Oh, when I was eating, I was going, oh, this is a big, lovely, big meal. I had 2 meals in one. Didn't even notice. I was just thinking about starting this at 10 o'clock. And yeah, it's 11:30 now. Hey, Dave Lister. I like William. We'll be doing a lot more stuff together. Hopefully some shows and stuff in the States at some point. But that's tougher to organise. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know if he's allowed out the country, being a convicted felon, spent 10 years in prison. I don't think he's allowed to leave. I don't know. But we should get him travelling. We should at least get him travelling states one time, right? I'd like to buy him a flight, even if it's to New York. Shit, did I say that out loud? He won't be watching that. One day, that might be a nice thing to do. So there we go, yeah. We played some mug shorties, at least. Shouties. I might have to take a pee in a minute. I'd like to just start playing music at this point because, I'll put this on YouTube tomorrow. But, yeah, so in the week, I went out and got absolutely fucking blotted 2 nights in a row. And I haven't used the word blotted for drunk forever. And I think it's blottoed, technically. And then I went to bed and Manaranth got up twice. The thighs, I swear to God, well, apparently her thighs are aching from dancing both days. Oh, bloody hell. Well, she was like, bloody hell, thighs and that. I'm like, yeah, no, don't go on about it. Get out. She's probably gone away for a few weeks now. I'm almost certainly I won't be in the Gingerwigs sat next to Hack Oddity. Almost certain. We're still on for next Friday, but things can happen. He might have to pull out and all that stuff. I'll check in with him on. Oh yeah, you're in Boston. That's right. Video of me throwing tea in the water until it's just payment for your colleagues. Yeah, throw it in there. Get it in for the tea party, right? Absolutely. I recommend it and applaud it as well. Good. And thanks for not having us having to take care of that colony because it's gone a little awry, hasn't it? Under your watch. So that's why I came back as an inspector just to see what was going on. However, I took too many drugs and passed out in an Irish pub in New York, right? And then I was forced to drink for 2 days in Tennessee. And yeah, I came with good intentions, but I got too high and fell asleep in an Irish bar. That is what's happened. And I'm very glad I didn't get robbed, raped, or murdered. Very glad indeed. I'll take a quick wee. If you decide to go, it's fine. Right, let's get this fucking Marguerite anyway. Jesus Christ. I saw a massive fight on Wednesday in the streets. And yeah, I was involved with the police and all that stuff. It was all very exciting. But yeah, we'll see if anything happens about that. But some piece of shit pushed a lady over and then beat up someone else. And it was, pretty rough. Pretty rough. But I did. Yeah, the police were there. I was there. And it was all a lot of fun. And then I said, I'm off. I've done enough detective work. I'm getting drunk now. Bye. And then I may have drunkenly called the police again at 1 a.m. after another 4 hours of drinking. So we'll see what that report was like. Yeah, it's fair. 2 dispensaries. Well, as I said, I'll try and remember the one in let me get that up now. Maps. I'm going to go to New York City. The one that me and Mind Dog went into. I'm guessing 5th, 6th Avenue. I think 6th Avenue would have been near my hotel. And I will stay at that hotel again, by the way. It's an all right area and it's a good location. Midtown there. It wasn't too bad. I can kind of walk everywhere I want to walk if I need to. There we go. Let's have a look at dispensaries here. There were quite a few around, but I'd never been in one. And at the door, it's always like, oh, we're going to have to check licenses and all that. And they didn't check a thing. They thought we were both from another country. They just went, what do you want? Mind Dog just went, the strongest stuff we can get, I believe. Yeah, it wasn't any of these. Where am I? Oh, I'm way up at 48th Street. Let's fuck down there to 31st, I believe. In Hale, it wasn't that one. It was around about 30th, 31st, and 6th. Cannabis Union, West 30th and 6th Avenue, on 6th Avenue. Cannabis Union, that's where we went. And yeah, it was two stoners work there. Surprise, surprise. So, hey, guys, what do you want? Drugs. And then, yeah, I got incredibly high and couldn't move my arms. As most of you know, I'm going to drink this fucking Marguerite and then I'm going to go to sleep. No. This was after my... So, Cat, as in Stephen Cat, passed me a bag of gummies, whereas one gummy would fuck me up. They were all 30 milligrams. And I could take 10, basically. So I had half of one, then half another one. And then I started accusing them of getting me high. And then walking back to the hotel where Mind Dog's car was, he tossed me a gummy. And I tossed it in the old mouth and went, hello. And I went, wait, what's that? What's that? Because I was also hammered as well. I was like, what's that? Wasn't weed, was it? And he's like, hey. That was another 50. So I had like 45 milligrams instead of the 10 I was going to have because I got no fucking tolerance. And I went to an Irish bar alone and just passed out. I went unconscious and then I couldn't. Then there was a sex couple there. And then I was trying to lift my beer up and it was like, and it took me an hour to get out off that stool and out the bar. Thank fuck the bar guy was fucking cool as shit with me. He knew what was going on. I told him before I couldn't talk. But I could hear people's thoughts. Everything that was whispered, I could hear everything loud and echoey. I could fucking hear it. And I could hear their inner thoughts. I'm not fucking around. Their thoughts. I was like, yeah, fucking no. I know. Which was fun. 6th. Well, fast. I'd say 6. I'd say 6, pretty much 6, but really 6th. Mind Dog. But although he did come back into my hotel room before we left, because I found some drunk and high videos, and I can't put any of them public. But one of them is Mind Dog coming out of my toilet. Yeah, but it's level building, isn't it? And I've only taken a few bits and pieces, Amsterdam and here, but they were like someone baked them at home. Who knows how strong they were? But I knew to go in, I was going to take 10, 15 just to see what it was like, and then that's what I should have stuck to that half gummy. But Kat gave me like 150 milligrams or something, you know. Then Mind Dog's ones were 15 each. But But next time I go, I'll get whatever. I'll get a bag of something, and I'll just check it out. I'll take half. Then the next night maybe twice that amount, and I'll just, build it up a little bit and get more here as well. I'm going to try and get more here. Yeah, it just depends. A friend of mine posted some to me in the mail during COVID. There were 2 chocolate stars of death, like Joey Diaz style, but homemade. And yeah, I had the day I had one of those on an empty stomach. I had 6 or 7 hours of very vivid, weird hallucination things. And I just laid on my bed for 6, 7 hours, and I could just see all these gravestones for miles and miles. It was all kind of trippy. I really enjoyed it. I felt very relaxed, muscular wise, but I felt really sick when I used to stand up and that kind of stuff. But I did enjoy those. But I'll see what I can do in terms of that kind of stuff. Also, with Hack only a couple of hours away now, he's the reason Stanhope was too high to do comedy in the UK. For 2 weeks, or a week or whatever it was. So I'm sure Hack can bake, maybe. Comedy was still done. But yeah, for sure. You just don't know. But if you're really good at it, then you might know. I know a girl in Tel Aviv. I might have said it before. She might be coming over soon. She does some legal job, but also on the side, she has out in Israel, she has a weed chocolate business. Well, she's actually a really skilled baker. So she makes these beautiful like chocolates and shape stuff, and everything looks beautiful. But she also cuts some of them with weed on the side as well. So I really want to get her to make some like classy shit, and I'm sure she'll be much better at getting the milligrammage spread around. What she'll know what's in what and all that kind of stuff. Being, I guess, a cake maker or baker or whatever you call them, candlestick maker. You love how? I thought you said you didn't know how. 6th. I'm glad you're high though. This is gummy, so Caitlin, yeah. I didn't have I saw your picture earlier. I didn't have a headrest like that. I think it was lower, but I had 2 queen beds in the in the room as well. Because they were like, your room isn't ready. I was like, fucking hell. And they said, do you want a bigger room? I just said, yes, please. Although I did leave some clothes. I did leave some. I'm not scratching my nipples. I did leave some. It was kind of here. I did leave some clothes in that hotel room, like dirty underwear and t-shirts and shit, because I was throwing all the dirty stuff into the corner. And when I checked out, I just didn't check. I just didn't get there unless the cleaners moved them. And then I didn't see them. Some of my skiddy, sweaty underwear is in New York, Midtown still. Yeah, certainly was close to the moon. At least the outer rings of Saturn, which is further. Yeah, well, next time I'm going to be out a lot. Which was always the plan. It just took me over a year to get out the first time with life chaos, but I'm starting to get more settled. I've still got a lot of shit I need to organize and travel and people visiting here and all that shit. But I will be in the US a lot. The next trip, I will be back in New York. I will be also more westerly, maybe LA, maybe Arizona, around there, maybe New Mexico as well. No, New Mexico for sure. And then maybe if I can get into some festivals in the US around the autumn as well, I'll do that. But that might be like, I don't know, Denver, Austin, that kind of thing. Yeah, there's a lot of, but worry you not, because if he's not, then months later I'll be back. Like months later, like by next spring, I'll be back. Shrooms, yeah, I wanna. I'll do those shroom pills with my mate when he comes up in the spring, but I want to make it at least a 6 monthly. Let's just take not a hero dose, but like a lot, and just have thoughts and things. And I want a notebook, and crayons, and unless we're outside by the fire, but then I still want a book and something to draw with, and nature, even if we're outside. And if we're inside, then yeah, if anything's on the TV, then cartoons or nothing else. I don't really want to be watching shit. Try and turn my phone off. you know, shroom it. Chili. Yeah, that's right. Got to have some like goddamn motherfucking chili in New Mexico as well. So the next one, there's always stuff that comes up, right? Because I had that plan, and then I've got a ton of other people who want to come in. But I want to be much more careful financially, so which is fine. But I just need to, because I want to buy shit for this and all that stuff. And Edinburgh could be expensive to go and do comedy as well, or at least to get it going. Hopefully, we'll make some money back. But I'm working on a bunch of shit that will also give me an income as well, which is good. But that next States trip, I'm really tempted to go out for 3 or 4 weeks. I'm really tempted just to go and do it and see what I can do and just get around a little bit. I can't take 10 internal flights, but I might be able to take 3 or something. And yeah, we'll see what the deal is. Tausch, yeah, I've heard a lot about Tausch. I think Brett and his buddy, right? The guy with the eco stuff knows, is he in that area? Or he knew that area? I can't remember his name. Is it Ryden? Is it Chad Ryden? Over there? I don't know. There's so many fucking people now to remember. Outside of Tausch, that's right, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, did ring a bell from there. But I want to see that countryside. I want to see that desert light and all that stuff, sunsets, and Chile. Maybe it said if I get around Albuquerque, I'll probably be able to do some shows and that kind of stuff. So New Mexico has to be a goer. But yeah, I'll probably be in like 5 different states or something like that over 3 or 4 weeks. That's the plan, and I would like to stick to it. We'll see what happens. He's got a mothership. That's right. I think I might have seen pictures if he's put them on Twitter. If not, I'll go and investigate at some point. Seems pretty cool. Little commune. It's going to end in a SWAT raid, right? The FBI are going to be stun grenading that thing and killing kids within 3 years, rest assured. But in the meantime, it's an eco ship thing, and good luck. Mount Wheeler and Taos. Let me have a look at that. Scenic chair rides. Oh, wow. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, so I want to get out into the hills and national parks and all that kind of stuff as well. But hopefully, all being well, I've got many trips to the States to come. So that's the joke. I'm going to fart, so I'm going to turn. Little squeaker it was. I thought it might be a rumbler. Little like you put your nose in someone's butthole and then pulled it out like. But I have eaten 2 tons of curry and rice tonight. So with some roughage in there, I put some extra spinach in there and that kind of shit as well. So we might have a hold on tomorrow. So I'm going to place some chairs with racks to carry mountain bikes. Nice, yeah. And that's another thing I want to do in the Peak District. Till I've got this bike now, I might chuck it on the train, get out into the Peak District, and then get up hills and that kind of shit as well. But I want to go and check it out on foot first. Get a nice spring day. Even a cloudy day is fine as long as it's not pissing with rain. And just eat and walk and hike miles and miles and miles, like 10, 15 miles, whatever. And then end up in a pub in the fucking like countryside. I'm talking like American Werewolf in London pubs, that kind of stuff. That's what I want. Traditional English countryside pub. Although I think that was in the Lake District, which is, but it's a similar thing. We're just in the northern version up here. Local yokel place with a fire and a pie and drink 9 pints, upset some locals and get a room for the night, like that kind of shit. That's what I want to start doing every 6 weeks, 8 weeks or something, just to reset, blow out the cobwebs of life. 20-day all-day chairlift bus. So does it just go from like the base to up the hill somewhere, and then you can ride down and get on it, like a one of that little toy? When I was a kid, it was just penguins that went up the stairs and down, and then back up the stairs and down. In a metaphor for the futility of life, but yeah, sounds good though. Basically like skiing, but not. Yeah, I can see the appeal. I realized I can take the head. I felt deaf. I was like, you point in my ear hole, but I realized I still have my headphones in. It's fucking noisy outside. I think these clubs have opened nearby again. I think it's people leaning on horns and shit. It's midnight. Fuck knows. Welcome to Manchester. It's wild. It's the Wild West. The Wild Northwest, technically. You can stay on the chairlift, just right about. Oh, okay, because it loops yet. Nice. Yeah, there's fucking sirens out there. There's okay. Well, welcome to Saturday night in Manchester. Very, very busy time for the emergency services. Fucking hell. I think it's the police with a hand on the horn. I think, honestly, because you can hear some real revving going past there. Woo! There we go. No blue light. I can't see the blue lights. I'm kind of covered up here. Yeah, it's one of those fucking idiots with a pop on the exhaust as well. It's a cool city, and there's a lot of it's being gentrified and that, but it's still got a lot of culture and stuff as well. The art, the music, the comedy, but you know, weird little thrift stores and stuff. But there's also, yeah, there's a massive criminal element, but it's mostly in the suburbs actually, and it does come into the city, but you rarely would see serious trouble in the city centre. It's normally on the outskirts, and I'm on the outskirts to the south, but I'm about a mile north where the real problems are. Moss Side, yeah, like a mile north of that. This is an alright area. It's been kind of redone. And the next place right down there, like 10 minutes away, was that used to be a no-go area for everyone, but now it's just like students are there, and you can get a fucking Starbucks and a, you know, KFC, and not that that's gentrification. It's the opposite, if anything. But you can walk down there and it's safe. It's fine. Yeah, there's a lot of police, a lot of ambulances, but it's pretty common. It's like every weekend night for sure, and then probably some weekday nights for sure. You'll hear it. But of course, a lot of them would be flying out of the centre to get to like Salford or wherever this week's nonsense is happening. There was like a machete fight a few months ago in the north that was related to a shooting. So it's gangs going after someone who'd shot someone with machetes and yeehaw, etc. But it's still cool. I promise you, it's a cool city and it's pretty safe. But it's just around. I don't think it really affects civilians that much. And I found 100 places. Even that grilled cheese place looks good, but I'll be tempted to suggest the fried chicken place for Hack because I want to go back there. But then I've just gone back to the only place that I've been out for dinner at. We just go back to the chicken place. But it's good. It's good. It's not like, you know, it's a nice one, and they sell IPAs in there, and you can get a buffalo wings and dirty fries and all that kind of good stuff. There's nothing like a filthy thing of dirty fries, right? It's just the perfect, like, and you get a beer, friendly wait staff. I didn't offer to do a homework. You were just friendly, you know. Yeah, luckily I'm not on the ground floor. I am 3 floors up, so I feel fine. If I was on the ground floor here, I'd be like, I don't want to. I'd move, I think. Yeah. So yeah, it's cool that I found this studio today. I was looking around for buying some. I need to buy a mixer and some mics and all that stuff. But I was looking around, and I probably wouldn't be able to get it in time for, like, say, Friday. But then I was just looking around. Oh, what's in Manchester? Are there any shops, that kind of stuff? And I just found this this rental thing. You can have a profile. And if you own like a high-end camera, you can just say, "Come and rent my camera for $100 a day" or whatever, right? Like a movie camera. Obviously you have to pay a deposit and that kind of stuff. But then I just found this film studio that's literally, Manchester's full of like little train stops as well. So I'm by one, and at the next one, which is also 10 minutes walk, is this film studio. I think they do movies and documentaries and all that kind of stuff, but he's literally got everything. And this one guy, I guess, who's like, "Listen, I'm in there editing most days. Come and rent something if you want it." So that'll be handy. A good way of getting a bunch of stuff at first, and then buying bit by bit, and just over time, just semi-regularly renting some nice cameras and stuff like that as well. So, and also for some other stuff I want to do. So I want to do something I've had in my head for a while, but it'll have to be after we get this fucking show done with Shannon and underway, like a little web series thing as well. So, but we'd want to get like a good camera and all that shit, and get someone who knows how to fucking use it, and a bunch of comics together, and do something silly and dark and weird. And I do have ideas, but one would probably get us in trouble unless we did it at 5 a.m. in the summer. We're basically going to go to the scene of horrific murders in a housing estate, and I would like to make some funny things there, but obviously it'd upset neighbors and all that kind of stuff, so we'll have to do it very early in the morning. Just get the fuck out of there. No permissions, no permits, just get out, film some stuff, and get back in the van and fucking go for breakfast. There probably wouldn't be any cocaine involved, so yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Or something else. I'm feeling like doing a lot of shit. I've been talking about doing shit for a year. I've just been sweating instead for a while, but it's nice to be able to finally. Jesus. Oh, it's just screaming from the club, I think. Ladies, I'm talking about horse people. I'm not going to turn this into a party, because I'm literally running out of beer in 5 minutes. WWE promos with the rented cameras, yeah. Yeah, we can get some nice TSLRs, DLSRs, up your mother's R's, stuff for cheaps as well. So we can actually film some decent stuff with those. I'm just talking about, we could probably actually do, for a really good one of those, really high end one of those, we can probably still make like the series and stuff. But I just want to get those red cameras. They just look so fucking good, and the shots look so good. So if you see a Netflix documentary that's all fancy, they're normally using those these days. Oh, there's a couple of them makes. Louis was shot on Reds, the TV show as well, I think. Yeah, well, that won't be a problem with some comedians and other degenerates that I know. That shouldn't be a problem. So, but it's we don't get together that often, which is good and healthy for me. Because if we got together every Friday, I'd probably be dead in 6 weeks. Not that. Again, we do not advocate this. This is, in fact, don't do it. I'm telling you not to. Anything bad. Anything bad at all, to make sure Willie didn't message me back yet. Nice guy, William. For a guy that walked into a florist with a gun and held them up for like $100 or whatever the fuck is $60. Went to prison for 10 years. For that, he's a nice guy. But yeah, he just apologized again for not being able to get back on. But do you think this plant gives him PTSD? What? Yeah, I've openly mocked him for this. It wasn't the best place to rob, right? Paper stand, but yeah. Gonna get 38 cents. I think I was speaking to Brett about this. Like, what about this place? This place? Yeah. You're walking to a Jewish store. You go, old man Irvin behind the guy with a fucking shotgun. Now, fuck it, forget it. I'm out of it. A lot of people in restaurants. A lot of wallets. Next time, yeah, for sure. But I'm glad I do. I mean, regular contact with an armed robber now, and it's good. Feels good. Wish he was a hot 21-year-old with tattoos on her neck, though. Eh? Am I right? Probably. Yeah, a wild time. But I don't think he was thinking straight. I don't think there was mental cohesion or, mental... The faculties weren't working well, I think, at that time. Listen, there, but for the grace of God, I've been close to doing silly things in the past, and yeah, seriously silly things. At very desperate times in my life. So it's not wanking off the homeless. Why did you think that? That's mental. I never thought about that. I never thought about being the Skid Row coctopus. Trying to work at 8 now. I got 1, 2 feet, 3, 4. High. Has to be 6, 7, 8, won't it? The old arse. For the Skid Row coctopus. Help however you can. Yeah, exactly. But now I'm just thinking about wanking off the homeless in LA. Shit. Yeah, I'm sure they do. And that one in Venice Beach in LA, I say he was 7 feet. He probably wasn't 7 feet tall, but he was a big fucking guy. He was at least like 6, 7, like way up there, and big though as well, like Kona, like big. And he was screaming like a fucking Viking, and he was shirtless, dirty, like graying hair, but big fucking guy. I didn't want any part of it. I literally just got to LA for the first time in my life. Already thought I'd get shot in the Airbnb, panicked, walk down the beach. That'll be nice. Let's walk down the beach. I've seen Californication. Venice Beach is probably lovely at night. Nothing open, just pitch black. A big 6'7" homeless man in little tight denim shorts and big fucking... He was trying to rip bins out and throw them at me. And then a load of kids who looked like they were extras in The Wire hiding in the corner. You know what I'm talking about. And I was like, fuck this. But I didn't want to run. I didn't want to sprint. I wasn't going to turn around and fight. So I was just listening to how close he was getting and seeing these like in my periphery thinking, fuck me, I'm getting shot on night 1 and then fucked by this guy. My corpse is getting fucked by this guy on night 1. And then a security guy came out of nowhere and intervened with him. And then at a certain point, I heard something and I just went, poof. I ran, got around the corner. And I don't know if it's still open, but it was a pub called the Bank of England, an English fucking pub in LA. It was like in Lord of the Rings when Galadriel gives Frodo the light, whatever. It's like a light when all others are lost. That's what this British pub in fucking LA. I'm going to go there right now on the maps. Let's have a look. Venice Beach. It was on one of the streets up towards Abbot Kinney, I think. I'm sure it's called the Bank of England. Let's look. Pub. Are you still there, Bank of England? Jameson's Pub? No. Literary Ale House. Oh, and I saw Weird Al. Was it Weird Al? I saw someone at a party there anyway with some ladies. Where's Venice? There we go. Yeah, it might be around. It's going to be one of those. It might have been renamed, might have gone during COVID, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'll find if it is still there. But yeah, just seeing that. And then I went in there and drank about 6 pints and then got an Uber for 1,000 miles or whatever it is to the Comedy Store. Yeah, in Nashville. Now, Tootsie's was right. Layla's. So I remember it's Layla's on Nashville Broadway. First of all, you had a hot girl doing hot girl shit. He just wouldn't serve us. She was there with her belly out and stuff, just texting like, and me and Brett wanted a beer for like 15 minutes. And then the blondie came along and was saying, well, I've been in Nashville 20 years. Brett and her, talking about historical Nashville stuff. And then she goes, oh, he's from England? You're from England? Why don't you go to the British? We've got a British pub right around the corner. They do London Pride. Yeah, I've traveled thousands of miles. I nearly got shot getting here. I nearly got shot in Newark and murdered in a taxi cab just to fucking get here with no sleep for 2 days. I don't want to go to an English pub. I live in English pubs. You comedy in English pub. I'm always in English pubs. I've come to Nashville to meet my as well. You know? Why don't you take him to the English pub? I know. Why don't you go home and look after your 6 kids? Hey, Joe. Yeah, I'm almost done. Zoop. Coop Skillet. Coop now. Yeah, I'm almost done. I had William Conway on earlier, and then his internet failed, so I'm just rambling, just finishing this final beer. And yeah, I'm coherent because I've only had 2. Like a pussy. Flew the coop. There we go. So, as the universe comes together, the chicken place that I like here is called Yard and Coop. Yard and Coop. And it's got a massive cock outside, literally. God, how the fuck can I be hungry if I ate 2 meals right before this? How the fuck can I be hungry? And I didn't go in the store to get snacks. Sorry, I nearly knocked my Moroccan lamp over. Don't ask. And I nearly went to the store to get snacks, but I thought, no, I'm eating 2 huge fucking meals at once right before this. I won't be hungry. And now what happens? Midnight, I'm hungry. Eat more. Yeah, I didn't eat much for a couple of days this week, but I've lost a ton of weight since February. I've lost weight while I was away in the States. It's flying off. I haven't weighed myself in a week. I'll do it tomorrow. But then the last 3 days. I haven't been unhealthy, but I've been chucking it in. I've been making the big meals. Made all these fajitas again yesterday, and just with a big tortilla. Wrapped a fucking load up, had 2 big ones, and thought, that's it, I'm done. I am full. Within 10 minutes, I was shoving 2 more in my stupid fucking face, and then I ate a whole bag of salt and vinegar chipsticks. Salt and vinegar chipsticks, because I realised I said it really fast and also really Englishly, but also like, so repeated it for you. Chucking it in there. Did I even say that? I don't know. So I don't know what I said. I don't know what my expressions are. Who am I? Who are you? Trees. Are they the longest of the universe? Jumpers for goalposts. 15. Playing football in the park. My wife's left me. Etc. Yeah, there's a small part of me that would just make this a party right now, but it's not going to be. I've got this is my last beer. Cheers for hanging out, everyone that hung out. Cheers for hanging out, everyone that hung out there. What's going on? Shannon is currently, Shannon something is at a medical facility doing a medical trial. So we were going to do, now this I've ended up, there's probably a few that I could have numbered. This has ended up being episode 98 of the actual podcasting. So that would make Hack Oddity 99. So that means that 100's coming up. So I'm going to tell Shannon to go fuck herself next week when she gets out with 3 heads and cancer, because I don't want that to be 99 and Hack to be 100 unless we do make it 100. But I think that will be 99. And what we're going to do, all being well, is a YouTube podcast thing at early, like 6. It depends when he comes up, like 6 p.m., 1 p.m. Eastern, whatever. And then we're going to go out. And then when we get back in, we're going to get on Twitch. And then, we'll see what happens. It might be late, though. We'll see when we get in. Because we're going to go to a dive bar. I've got it all worked out. I know the dive bar we're going in. to end the night. So we'll see what's going on. Only actual bear arms. Hack has right to bear arms, exactly. Hey, Jem, thanks for the raid earlier as well. Good to see you in here. And then, it's Saturday. There, what's going on? Is there a movie tonight, or is it night off? I can't remember. The Saturday's off. I finished Last of Us today. I watched last night and today. I watched like 5 episodes. Is it finished on episode 9? I watched it all. Caught up, which was nice. I do need to watch The Mandalorian, which I might do tomorrow. Oh, Die Hard, then back to the beginning of Last of Us. Nice. Oh, that's kind of tempting. Now, I stayed up. I won't spoil it then. That fucking giraffe, though, eh? I stayed up till 5 a.m. last night. So technically, I've got the metal and the energy to stay up. But it would have to be another 90 minutes until that starts. So I'd have to try it. I did enjoy. You taught us Travis just nipped wife Brambo in feeding. Oh, his wife? I didn't know they could nip. My nan had a tortoise in the back garden my whole life. I don't know when it went away. It might have escaped in the end, but it was fucking there forever on a bit of string tied to a garden gnome or something like that. Stay up to 4 a.m. I stayed up till 5 a.m. watching YouTube videos just over and it's just fucking stupid. See just nip. What I did enjoy, not a snapping tail, yeah, nice. Yeah, my nan had the tortoise as well. Can't remember his name. It's taking me back. That get emotional, won't I? She's dead. Found a little funeral thing on my bedroom for all the drunken Manor shit that she does. Her funeral thing fell out and it's all crumpled on the floor. I was like, you're dead. And then I put her in the drawer. A little cry. A little well up there. But I really enjoyed So I Married an Axe Murderer last week. I hadn't seen that since it came out on like video. Like mid-90s, right? 95, 96, 94, 95. And I forgot that Myers played the dad, and that is obviously the fat bastard accent. But I really did. As soon as I watched it for a few seconds, I was like, I have to watch this entire movie because I don't know it as well as you guys. I saw it the once, barely remembered any of it. So that was nice to watch it again. What the fuck was I doing? I think I've been kicked out of school for doing something, and then the punishment was to stay at home. So we got that video and watched that. And the guy with the lesser punishment copied out the textbooks at school. We're like, this is the worst. He's like, will you ever do that again? When we went back, I think we're throwing bangers in a thing and upset parents and got chased and all that shit. And we went to school and went, we'll never do that again, sir. We've been punished so horribly. What we did, we went and rented movies for 2 days straight, and we got pizza at least one of those days, like Domino's, and we got just watched movies. I can't remember what else we watched, but I remember watching So I Married an Axe Murderer. It may have been after it came out, to be honest, when that happened, but that's what we did. What a terrible, terrible punishment that was, and how wonderful I turned out. Teen Wolf. Is it Teen Wolf? There we go. I think you did the list. I haven't seen Teen Wolf as well. I loved that movie as a kid. Didn't like the second one as much. But the first one, I think it's because it's Michael J. Fox, because I loved Back to the Future. It's still my favorite film of all time. I love it so much. Oh, I want to give it a kiss. Fuck it. But I think I watched Teen Wolf because he was in it. I was like, wow. And then it's such a cool movie. It's such a fucking cool movie. Remember watching it with my dad the first time. He's surfing on the van. I'm playing basketball as a wolf and all that shit. The eyes are going red. Which is absolutely perfect. They made a series, didn't they? Which probably wasn't very good. But I don't know for sure. But I will. I can't. Sundays are too tough for me to stay up as well till 4 a.m. for sure. Yeah, it's so good. He's so good. He's really good in Curb. Where he's shaking up and stuff as well. But he did the war movie. I can't remember what it's called. He did obviously Spin City and all that stuff. But he shot Back to the Future at night, so he was doing a sitcom in the day. Was it Spin City or something like that? He was doing that in the day, in the contract. So they hired Eric Stoltz because Michael J. Fox wasn't available. They shot half the movie with Eric Stoltz, and then they said he's not funny enough. So they finally worked out a way to get Michael J. Fox, who he didn't sleep for like months. So he just did his sitcom in the day, went to Universal Studios at night and shot Back to the Future. So most of the scenes were shot at night or very early morning. And then he went to the sitcom and just did that and that and that and that. Probably what gave him fucking Alzheimer's, right? Or whatever it is. Parkinson's. Casualties of War, that's right. Was it The Secret of My Success, maybe? Was he in that? I really need to watch. By the way, Brett, those Ipcris File stuff were good. We're good last night. I really need to watch Harry Palmer stuff. Yeah, Michael J. Fox, The Secret of My Success, because I had the this is the poster for £16. I had the what I would get with these, like, I think they were like kids magazines, right? Yeah. I had kids magazines, but they'd have movie posters in them somewhere, and I used to tear these out. I just tear these out of the magazine and get blue tack and just stick. I had a cabin bed up near the ceiling, and I'd stick them to the ceiling. So I had this. I had like Adventures in Babysitting. I was in love with Elizabeth Shue. I don't know what else I had, but when I saw that now, I was like, I'm sure I had that stuck to the fucking ceiling. Again, that's one of those things I just haven't watched in forever. But yeah, there's some but obviously the Back to the Future series, and they've got the musical in the UK now. And I saw Back to the Future with people. It must have been because now it's fucking 37 years old or something stupid. 20th. So I think I went to the cinema for its 20th anniversary or 25th, I'd say. And it was the first time I watched it with that many people. And to watch it with 200-300 people, it's a different experience. It's different. You forget how funny it is. You forget those where everyone's laughing and stuff. You just forget it. And then I saw would have been the 30th, I guess, at Cardiff Castle, outside in these castle grounds. They put up a big fucking screen and just everyone went there to watch Back to the Future. And that was phenomenal because we were drinking and it was just hundreds of people outside and happy and all that. It was freezing by the end. But again, you forget how good it is and everyone's cheering and fucking whelping and all that shit. Good stuff. I need to do more of that stuff. They do a lot of it here all the time. I'm sure they do there too. These experiences and weird little places to watch movies. Yeah, I'm a big Back to the Future fan. 25k points. Well, is that what you've got? I could do anything that's redeemable today, so there's probably no point today. But I'll always put it in I'd always put stuff in the bank though. I'd always put stuff in the bank. I need to get a load of shit in. I'll talk. I've just seen it. All right. So I don't remember setting that one up, so I must have been convinced to do it when I was hammered as well. Husky Boy has redeemed Talk Pikey. Do you like that? I don't remember that to be Pikey there. I remember one time we got a taxi club in London and we said, hey, could you take us on a mystery sound? And the mystery sound was over there. There's an episode on mystery sound. Do you like that? You like that kind of fellow? Come on. Well, I don't know what else to do. I'll do better. I'll do another one next time. I'll have to think about what to do because I was drunk when I set that up and I don't remember. But it's okay. I said, we're traveling. We're the travelers community here. We're a traveling community and they pick on us all the time. We're a traveling community and we're just out here earning money fairly, you know. And the people, they chase us away all the time. The police just bully us and harass us a lot. 31k. Wow. It's getting up there. So I've got to make, when I unlock the tattoo stuff, I've got to make the tattoo stuff, I'd say like 50k. I'm thinking of getting one soon. I'm thinking of getting one in the next couple of months. So but I know what I want though. I really know what I want the first time. So I think the tattoo might have to be for the second one. And I'm just going to give 3 options of what it is. And then we can choose together the best one. You're making tacos, Eric. You're making tacos. Don't talk to me about tacos. The government has been chasing all the fuel for you. We're just parking up here and selling our dogs and working on the fairgrounds. And there's nothing you can do about it there. Brownie meaty shit. Yeah, don't swear at it. But it's from the gypsy moving next door to her. We were the poor little kids. They're my kids. When they get married, it's beautiful. They see my fabric gypsy wedding. That whore child of mine. He just has a big fucking dress on, and that's fucking that away. Just traveling community done by it. I'm sure that what they did in my hometown was, well, this is when I wanted to murder them all. What they did in my hometown was they came into a pub. One of them came in. I mean, like leather jacket, leather hat. This old boy, right? Oh, you're playing a game of pool there, are you? Yeah, mate. Can I play a game of pool with you boys? Sure. We'll play pool with them and you'll have some drinks. Do you want to play for some money there? We're like 17, 18. Do you want to play for £5 there? We'll play you for a £5, all right? Winner takes all. Okay, I'll play for 10, 20. And he's buying cash behind the bar, just fucking wads of cash. Turns out all the 20s were fake, right? The 20 or every other 20 was fake. What he was doing that we didn't know, he was just checking out the place because, like, the next night, 2 came down. Or we brought 2 mates. There were 3 of them. 2 or 3 days, 5K. And then if they were just checking out, because they were staying nearby, they were just checking out if they could just kind of take over this pub almost. And they brought loads down one night, and some local hard nuts, like lock stock guys, big fucking skinheads, just had enough. And they're like, fuck off. And then they got into a fight, and basically they beat the shit out of these travelers. Then I wasn't there one day, and it was like a Sunday, like lunchtime, 1 p.m., day drinking, people playing the fruit machine, all that shit. And they turned up. They came back with chains and fucking bats. And it got to the point when they had to put the fruit machine behind the door to blockade. The windows were going in. They finally got the police down and stuff. But yeah, wild times. And then eventually I think they kicked them out. And then another time they came and stole my uncle's van that was full of his lifetimes of tools. I was working with him at the time, and he came back shaking his head for ages. He just got out for a fucking sandwich, and they took his truck and all of his tools, and the police did fucking nothing. There was no CCTV, or they didn't go and check it in time, and those motherfuckers. So yeah, I've got very little sympathy. And then in Cardiff, let me see if I can show you what happened there. Just about 2 years ago, a load of police with machine guns stood outside it, and were searching everyone that went into the camp, like everyone's bags, everything, and they're like, "Oh, we're being picked on here by the police again here," and the press were just like, "Oh yeah, there's some disturbance, and just making sure there's no weapons and stuff." I'm going to go after this. So 2021, yeah, 40 arrested after disturbance. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think they've. Yeah, Michelle, I don't think they've released all the details, but I do know some more details about it, so I can tell you. I didn't sign any forms that said I wouldn't. So it's just I had a travelers camp, just some random police full of guns. 40 arrested. There was a violent thing. Okay, so that was on the back of this, right? So then they went up there and we're just searching everyone that went in and out, right, for days and days and days. And we just went to the media that I think that there was just because of the problems they were searching for weapons. What it actually was, someone up north, like hit Birmingham or Manchester or Liverpool, there'd been some beef with a guy that runs those Welsh ones. And so 2 or 3 of the other leaders from up this way went down with a shitload of guns, and they were going to murder them. They were just going to kill them all. But the police had that intel, so they stopped some Bentley or some fucking high-end car, and it was full of weapons, like full of weapons. And they took out quite a number of the senior ones, the traveling community from up here, like Birmingham, Liverpool, Manchester, something like that. That's what I heard. And I heard that because my ex-landlord used to know a bunch of the armed police used to train them shooting and all that stuff. So he earned that from there. But I don't, it might be that they're waiting for trials and all that stuff to happen. Sometimes they make years for the trials to happen and all that shit as well. So yeah, and some things do get swept under the public rug here at least, because yeah, people then go, we'll get them out the fucking field and stop letting them live near us then. Because it's nothing but bloody trouble. But you can't say that. You're not allowed to say it. You see? You're not allowed to say it. Because it's just a traveling community. Right. Right. I'm going to fuck off. It is midnight and 30 for me. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Husky boy, Zoop. Grumpy Mama, of course. It was up here. Caitlin's Stitches. Kelly earlier. Mel, Solvan, people. All you people, get your hand off my penis. Sorry, neighbours. And fuck you, April repopped in earlier as well, looking for Jamie, because she's a sheep shagger too. But cheers for hanging out and all that stuff. And I'm going to basically get in bed. Succulent Chinese meal. Hey, Swaro too. Swaro, Swaro, should have ended there, shouldn't I? Should have pressed the little button there. Anyway, pushing it back on YouTube, give us a subscribe and all that stuff. And if you're not, fuck your mother. I will see you again for sure. Hopefully Friday with Hackology. And then maybe before that with some other shit. But until then, you motherfucker. Well, I don't know. Manamap told me. She didn't tell me nothing. But she did tell me that at like 5 a.m. it was done. And then who slides in? Just do one more. And of course, I did like 4 more. Or she did 4 more. The only thing she tells me sometimes. And her thighs hurt while they're dancing. Unbelievable. See you later then. All right. I might see you in the Discord, OGM. I have a Discord too. It's not in the links yet, but I might stick it out somewhere at some point for posting weird shit in if you want as well. So I might stick that out next time I do something. Have a lovely night yourself, everybody. And remember to always...